Okay, so now Venus. Venus just entered the sign of Pisces. And so again, we have the archetype of dissemination, kind of breaking apart to release the essence of that which is. And we apply it to Venus. We apply it to our desires, our happiness, how we feel, our sense of equilibrium, our sense of balance and justice in the world. Also love. How is it we feel and think about love? What are the kind of relationships we're in? What are the kind of friendships we're in? All of that is currently coming apart. Again, all of these things from our subconscious is rising up from the depths of our experience, and we're going over a lot of memories. We're analyzing the way in which certain relationships formed, why we've gotten into those relationships, how we really feel about those relationships, what we're hiding about, our own desires from ourselves. That's all coming apart at this time too. It's really time to be asking yourself and really being honest with yourself at this time. What is it that I really want? We're often so many times we're trained to want this or that, because we've seen it on the commercials or enough times, or our friends have peer pressured us into wanting this thing. But any form that is not going with the greater flow, it's going to come apart. It's not going to be able to withstand the force of motion that this universe is carrying it at. And so going with the flow with your desires it sounds like an easy task, but it's not as easy as one may think, because we're often deluded as to what those desires are. Pisces and Neptune is delusion. So when you're engaging with your desires, really it's time to really open that up a little bit more and be a little bit more analytical. Why do I want this thing? What is really about this thing that I am desiring and that I am wanting to do, or this person? What's behind the veils? It's time to start stripping away the illusions and the veils in our lifetimes, because it's by being honest and finding the truth about these things that we're actually going to experience the harmony and the bliss and the balance and equilibrium that we're really after. But we got to be honest with ourselves first. And so this brings us into Mars now, and Mars is very much the same thing. Mars, like the sun, is a part of your identity. It's a part of your ego, and it's part of that core I am presence that you see yourself as, and that you know yourself to be. Now, Mars in particular, Mars is your actions. Mars is your free will. It's your ability to choose from this possibility or that possibility. And in a universe of infinite possibilities, what possibilities are you choosing? How are those aligned with your desires? How are those aligned with who you are and your own happiness? And so in the same way as the sun, this energy is kind of doubly emphasized. We're needing to reevaluate our own identities. We're needing to see ourselves in a different light. And so experiences in your life have likely kind of been, confronting you with a lot of the forms of your character. A lot of people coming to you saying like, oh, hey, this is who you are. You like this, right? Or whatever have you in your specific situation. But we're being confronted with who we think we are, and do we like that? Do we want more of that? Do we have power over that? Can we change that? The answer is yes, but there's a process of introspection and just coming to know yourself in a better light that needs to happen first. Journaling is an incredibly important aspect of knowing yourself, because when you're journaling, when you're just free writing, and if a pen and paper works for you, that's fine. I know a lot of people in our day and age, like, everything is moving too fast, and so for me personally, it helps me to type it. Whatever your method, it's really important to write with yourself. And really be open and honest about that conversation. Nobody else has to see this. Nobody else is going to be judging you or questioning you about these thoughts. It's important for each of us to clearly analyze and to clearly see from all the different points of view what these feelings and what these emotions that we're going through are. None of them, again, are ever as they seem. And you need to really follow the trail of each emotion and each thought. You need to see where it came from. You need to see how it's affecting you. You need to see, by feeling that, how am I behaving? By behaving in this way, what happens to me when I behave this way? You know, life makes so much sense when you can just connect the dots of your actions, your feelings, and your thoughts, and who you see yourself as. Because who you see yourself as depends on everything else you do. If you see yourself as an upright citizen who follows the law to the T, then that's going to define all of your actions henceforth. If you believe the world is going to hell in a handbasket and you have no hope for humanity, that is going to define all of your actions. And that's the nature of Mars and the nature of free will. In each moment, we stand in a choose-your-own-adventure novel. If we choose this because we believe this, then we're going that way. If we choose this because we believe that, we're going that way. You know, and life will take us in an infinite number of possibilities. And choosing the right path, the downstream path for you, the path that aligns you to the greater cosmic flow that's happening, that's an individual journey. No one can ever tell you what that is. You have to find it. You have to listen to it. And the sound that you get that message on, that frequency, it's very fine. You have to be extremely sensitive in order to hear what that sensation is telling you, which direction your heart is guiding you to go in. You have to be very sensitive. So Pisces and Neptune, again, is all about attuning yourself to this really fine vibration, this really kind of grand cosmic kind of sensation, because that's the great flow. And when you get quiet, and this is what meditation is for, it's to quiet the chatterbox of your brain so that you can actually feel the sensation of what the energy in this universe is, where it's going, what it's trying to tell you. A lot of people, you know, don't understand that just because you can't feel it right now doesn't mean you can't feel it again if you just quiet the volume. You know, if you have a bunch of stereos all playing at once and you turn all the different volumes down, then you're going to be able to hear the birds outside. You're going to be able to hear the stream, you know, flowing past you. But you got to quiet all those other signals down first. Everybody can do it, and ultimately, again, that's what Pisces and Neptune is all about. It's about releasing the forms so that the essence, the non-physical spiritual prana, chi energy that's inside of it can come forth. Because when that happens, when you release your spiritual essence or your energetic essence, it knows what it's doing. It knows, it can see farther than you can. It's connected to a greater conscious than your brain is. And so by tapping into that, we're tapping into this bigger thing that we're all a part of. And we're realizing that beyond these veils, beyond the mist and the Maya that we're living in, we're all connected and we're all one thing. And so with all of these planets in the sign of Pisces, Neptune is really wanting us to connect with our sense of compassion at this time. Neptune is wanting us to take apart those things that are inhibiting us from connecting with one another on a real level. You know, we're not just ants in a maze. You know, we're human beings. We're one with one another. We're one with this planet, and it's time to start connecting. It's time to do away with the apprehensions and really get inside of one another, and you know, not like that, but spiritually speaking, in essence, we have to realize that we're one thing. And so that's what all of this energy is all about. Okay, so if you have any questions, or if any of this is affecting you in a particular way, if you're having some troubles during this time, absolutely feel free to comment, send me a message, go to my website, look up my services. You know, just understanding how all of this energy is applying to you specifically can really help you know, steer our boats in this great cosmic ocean. So that's all from me. I am Kefren. I will see you around. Aloha.